Right now, the entire world is holding its breath. Why? Because China just started a 40-day countdown that could literally sever the main arteries of global trade. We're going to break down exactly what's happening, why it's so critical, and what it means for all of us. I want you to just think about this for a second. What if the global supply chain, the system that brings you almost everything you own, was just cut overnight? No ships, no planes, no goods. What would that mean for the phone in your hand, for the gas in your car, for the entire global economy? Well, this isn't some what-if scenario anymore. This is very real, and it's happening now. We are on day one of a 40-day shutdown that could absolutely paralyze international commerce and maybe even spark a much larger conflict. The clock is ticking. Okay, so let's get our bearings. Where is all this going down? Because we're not talking about just any random patch of ocean. We are talking about one of the most critical economic and strategic choke points on the entire planet. Get ready for this number. $5.3 trillion. That's how much trade flows through this single zone every single year. To put that in perspective, that's about a third of all global maritime trade. It's an economic superhighway, and China just put up a massive roadblock. And look, this is about way more than just container ships full of stuff. These are the main routes for energy supplies. We're talking oil and gas for entire nations. It's a key area for military ships and planes to operate. And maybe most importantly, what happens here could set a huge precedent for international law. So what happens here, it's going to be felt everywhere. And, this didn't just happen overnight. This region has been a flashpoint for decades. You had missile tests back in the 90s, a major maritime standoff in 2012, and a big increase in air patrols recently. The tension has just been building and building. This 40-day restriction, though, this is the most dramatic escalation we have ever seen, period. Okay, so what does this blockade actually mean, like right now, on the ground? Well, the immediate effects are already sending shockwaves across the globe. So for anyone who's not familiar, what's been declared is an air and maritime exclusion zone. It's basically a temporary no-go area. China has said this entire zone is off-limits because they're doing military drills. But as you're about to see, the rest of the world is seeing it as something very, very different. And believe me, the chaos was instant. We're talking within hours. Commercial flights are being rerouted on longer, more expensive paths. Gigantic cargo ships are literally anchored out at sea, just waiting, creating a massive traffic jam. Insurance for shipping has gone through the roof. Fuel prices are already starting to creep up. And yeah, military forces around the world are on high alert. And this right here is the absolute heart of the diplomatic crisis. On one side, you have China's official line, this is just a necessary military exercise to ensure stability. But on the other side, the rest of the world is calling it an unprecedented act of economic coercion, a dangerous and blatant violation of international law. We're looking at two completely different realities clashing head-on. So, with the stage set like this, we have to look ahead and analyze the risks. I mean, the immediate economic pain is one thing, but the potential for this to escalate into a military conflict over the next 39 days, well, that's what's got intelligence agencies completely on edge. And the economic domino effect is already starting. Think about it. This isn't some abstract problem. 35% of our electronics rely on parts that come through this zone, a quarter of the entire automotive supply chain. Textiles, life-saving pharmaceuticals, the list just goes on and on. This is going to be felt in nearly every part of the global economy. A top military analyst really nailed it when they said this. The biggest fear isn't that somebody wants to start a war. The real threat is that with so many warships and fighter jets from different countries all crowded around this zone, a simple mistake, a single miscalculation, could set off a chain reaction that nobody can stop. And it's terrifyingly easy to see how this could spiral out of control. It starts with step 1, increase patrols. That's already happening. Then, step 2, a close call. Maybe a Navy ship challenges a vessel trying to test the blockade. From there, all it takes is one nervous trigger finger for step 3. The first shot is fired. And if diplomacy can't put the brakes on fast enough, you get to step 4, a full-scale conflict. So that brings us back to where we started, this 40-day countdown. We are at the very beginning of what could be a period of unbelievable tension and uncertainty for the entire planet. 39 days left. Each and every one of those days is carrying the immense weight of the global economy and the terrifying risk of a major conflict. It's such a simple number, but it represents a profoundly dangerous time ahead. You see, at the end of the day, this is so much bigger than just a regional issue. It is a massive, high-stakes global test, a test of diplomacy, a test of our fragile economic systems, and a true test of military nerve for every single country involved. And all of this leaves us with one single, massive question. When this countdown finally hits zero, what kind of world are we going to find? Will things go back to normal? Or will we be looking at a planet completely reshaped by economic crisis and maybe even war? The answer is unwritten, and the whole world is waiting to find out.